you can probably see we're in the grass fields again, and we've made some haylage. We've also been making some silage. We've also been making some hay. It is the 12th of September and the grass has decided, oh, I know, I'll start growing now. So we've been crazy busy. We've managed to keep the combine going and we've got all that sorted, everything's in. It hasn't been a great year, but one thing that is finally come good is that there's a bit of grass about now, so we're just trying to get as much as we can in with the time we got. We got to get the cultivators are moving, and we're going to take a look at those in this video as well. We chopped this grass about, can only be a week ago, and look at it. You know, we haven't had this sort of growth all year, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of grass about. Taking these are actually Hayledge bales. You can see they're a little bit smaller in size. We weren't sure if we were going to get the sunshine to make hay, but it turns out we did. But it doesn't matter, we got some haylage there, and they're that small so we can put them on the truck and me and Lynn can push them off the truck, hopefully. We've also made about 300 more silage bales. We're looking at cutting the grass outside the farm again. Grass everywhere now. Couldn't find any to start with, and now we've got too much. What we've got to do is we've got to keep the cultivators going, because we're 2 or 3 weeks behind with that, so we've got to keep those cultivators going. We'll try and get around the cultivators so you get a nice picture of that as well. But finally, early September brings grass. And things are crazy busy. So you can see now the sheds are full of straw. We didn't have nothing else to put in them, so all the straw for the cattle, you might as well keep it dry, because it spreads out better when we come to litter cattle up. We're gonna have some nice straw to spread about this year. We're gonna quickly have a look at the grass outside the front of the farm, and then we're gonna have a look at the farmer wrapping up some haylage to put in a stack, and then we're going to go and have a look at the cultivators in action. Peter's putting the plough on, so we'll go to him last, and the farmer's given me a few hours to go and have a look at the machines going round, because we probably won't get a chance to again after this. Everybody's in action, and there is chance of an aeroplane ride over at Alistair's today, so I might be able to show you some of that as well. Now this is the grass. We've already had 2 cuts off this already, but the grass is growing again. Middle field, there's a problem over there. We're guessing it's all the black grass has died off and it's left a terrible middle patch, so we are going to have to do something with that, whether we spread some seeds on or drill some seeds into it. We have only just got going with the haylage wrapping. We've had to make a couple of modifications. We've had to stick a board in here because the bales are a little bit smaller, they're not coming off so well, but we've just cable tied a board in there. It seems to be working all right now. We'll just watch the farmer load one up. We've wrapped them once in the field, and then we're just going to wrap them again now, just to make sure that they're fully protected. You don't need them stacked up with any holes in. If there's any holes in them, then the whole bale's going to go bad quick. Lynn's on the wrapper. It was a little bit iffy to start with. We had to put a board in there just where the bales are a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. But it does mean we'll be able to push them off the truck and get them out to customers. So just see how this works. And these things, they don't, you know, you've got to get yourself set up, and they don't always go to plan straight away. It was sticking on the table. The flap at the back there is actually curved, so it wasn't dropping them off to start with. But keep things, you know, you got to use your head a little bit in these situations. Modify things if you can. That's just a temporary fix. Once we're finished here, we'll whip that off, and next time we do some Hayledge bales, we'll know. But all seems to be working pretty well. You want it all nice and steady. You don't want it doing too much damage. And there's plenty of layers on there in case they do, in case you do have a mishap. You've got some leeway of not tearing anything. But you've got to be very gentle. You've got to be very careful. When we come to open a pack, we'll have a look at it, because I've never smelt Hayledge before, and I've had no experience with Hayledge at all. So it'd be interesting to see what it smells like and what it comes off like. But either way, there'll be some happy horses anyway. Right, we are still at it. I haven't been able to leave. It's been a bit haggling, if I'm honest. We've moved the tractor and the wrapper, so it's slightly facing uphill. Just this wrapper is set up for bigger bales basically, and you can't adjust the spools there. What you need to do is bring the spools down a bit, but there's no adjustment there. So what we've done is getting stuck kicking them off. We change the knife on it. Let's just see how this one goes. There we go. We change the blade. There's a little knife in here that cuts the wrap. It was hanging on to the wrap because the bale was too small. Where the knife cuts the wrap, it was hanging on to it and keeping the bale on the table, and then the table was turning and it was causing a bit of trouble. But now we're facing the right way. It's kicking them off a lot easier, and it all just goes a bit smoother then. But it's never straightforward in any job. But once you get there, it all then becomes a lot easier. And this is how it should be running. One coming off, one going on, one being wrapped. Not ideal. You can see it hanging there. You can see it hanging. Just with the extra, just with the tractor facing up a little bit, it's just giving it that enough to kick it off. So finally we got that.
Gone over this 1,000 times before. Baby, it's now or never. Gotta leave this town, and I know what you're asking for. You say it's out of my reach.
We are now over at Jackie's farm. Keithy is on the discarator. We really like this cultivator. Does a very good job. It just requires a lot of power to pull it, and it only, you know, it's a slow job. It's not a very quick job. But it gets everything nice and level, and it gets down deep. It pulls everything up, so you get good drainage. Everything gets incorporated really nicely. And David on there. You can see the tines there get down deep. Then you got a set of discs, and then you got a set of packers on the back, which level everything out afterwards. It's ever so heavy. You've got to have your front weights on. Keithy's is the biggest tractor we got. it is just enough to pull it. But when the ground's super hard, it can be pretty tough. So it leaves a lovely finish, lovely and smooth, lovely and flat. It does do a good job, this machine. Keithy's just stopped for us. And what sort of job is this doing? It's doing a good job, isn't it? I think it's doing a lovely job.
Yeah, it's coming up really nice. Breaking it all up now to about 7 or 8 inches.
Yeah.
Lifting it all, leveling it all just right.
So, talk us around your disc aerator here. So the first job is to lift the soil, obviously.
These go in first, pull these in, the wings on, then they lift, go down deep. We've got it set about 6 or 7 inches deep.
Yeah.
That then lifts all the ground, breaks it up, cracks it up.
Yeah.
And then the discs follow behind and just scarify the top and chop any knobs up and level it out.
Yeah, and then what do your big things at the end here do?
That's the packer, the DD packer.
Yeah.
That just packs and consolidates it back down.
And levels it out, does it?
Well, it just pushes it out, makes it level,
Yeah.
Level finish on it.
So what is this doing that the heavy disc that Andrew is not doing?
Discs just tend to slice the dirt off the top.
Yeah.
They'll slice down to a depth, they sort of cut it off.
Yeah.
Well, not smear it, but seal it off.
Yeah.
Whereas these go down and break the ground, lift the ground and break it up.
So,
More like a subsoiler.
Yeah, right.
But the disc just cut the top off.
Okay.
So you end up with this sort of a cut, sealed seam underneath the dirt.
Right.
With a disc.
So the job Andrew's doing over at Horton, is that just to get the dirt dry enough?
Yeah, just get a seabed, get the dirt up, get some air in the ground, let it dry.
Yeah.
That's
and
okay.
then,
On certain types of ground you'll get away with that, but on sort of heavy clay, on a wet year, you want to really run some fine legs through like that.
Yeah. So you're
Lift
going to
it
go
up.
over there after and pick that up as well? Or
I'm not sure.
depending on time and
Depends,
stuff?
yeah, depends what it does.
Yeah.
But I can't pretend no more. 'Cause for as long as I remember, it's been stuck inside my mind. You can't ask me to surrender when reaching for the dream that keeps me alive. 'Cause it's keeping me alive. Interstate might take me nowhere. Anywhere is better than the places I have been. Sunsets in my rearview mirror, a projection of my old life fading. You say it's out of my reach, but I can't pretend no more. 'Cause for as long as I remember, it's been stuck inside my mind.
Box that's in full RPM,
Yeah.
and this is the throttle. When it's back, it's closed. First thing we do is put the fuel pump on and put some fuel into the engine. It's a very old-fashioned injected system. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we switch the boost pump off, and we wait just a while for it to vaporise a bit, and start the engine. First thing we do is check out pressure doesn't go up.
You can't ask me to surrender. Reaching for the dream. A stormy rain tried to wash away the dream. Step one, it says a worn outside, and the diner's name is California Dreams.
Wow, guys, that was amazing. Oh my god, that was a real cool trip. Oh my god, we're so lucky. I've never been on a small plane before. Wow, that was crazy. The young Matthew, Peter's wife, and young Andrew, they're going to go up next, and we're going to watch them take off. And you know, how cool is that? You don't get that sort of trip every day. So massive thank you to Alistair for taking us up. Hopefully we've got some nice pictures, and I'll get some nice slow-mo as he's taking off so we can watch it back. I don't know why I'm whispering, but that was incredible. We all had microphones on, so Alistair was talking us through what he was doing, setting up the plane and doing all the engine checks, and the old man had a go at steering, which led to some shaky moments from me, but really cool. Oh man. And how lucky I am, you know, 1 minute I'm driving buses, the next I'm being taken for rides in aeroplanes. Can you believe that? I'm having a pretty good year. And the guys are going to take off in a minute, so we're going to watch them. Well, it is a beautiful evening. It's been a beautiful day, lovely and warm. We just got back from Alistair's. That's the Hayledge stack all wrapped up, ready to go. Looks like they did a good job there. Just want to say huge thank you to Alistair for letting us have a go in his aeroplane. That was super cool. You know, you don't get very many of those. You don't get very many chances in life to do stuff like that, so you got to take them if they come up. So that was really cool, really enjoyed it. Really good end to the day, good end to harvest. The combine's back. We got one tiny bit of field that we need to go back to, still too wet. That's it. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.